So this is just the latest salvo, and I will play you a 2-minute summary of the 7-minute groveling apology he sent her in this voicemail at 2 a.m. He watched me breastfeed naked in my trailer. In context, when we saw text from her saying, I'm breastfeeding in my trailer, come on over. She played with fire, and now she got burned. This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry. Justin, you succeeded. You're good. You can stop.
Oh, honey. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds just hit the court with a bombshell. They told the judge they want this lawsuit thrown out, but hold up, why? And do they really think the judge is going to let them just walt away this case? It's packed with drama, shady messages, and some serious Hollywood chess moves today. We're breaking it all down for you, nice and easy. But baby, here's where it gets spicy. Megyn Kelly just went off on Blake Lively, exposing some wild contradictions in her story. Did Blake lie? Was the media out here sweeping things under the rug? And hold up, why is a billionaire named Steve Suisse quietly footing the bill for Justin Baldwin's legal team? Oh, this case just took a turn you didn't see coming, and trust me, you do not want to miss what we found out. Welcome back to Inside and Out, where we bring you the hottest gossip and the messiest scandals. Grab that popcorn, get comfy, because this is going to be a wild ride, and listen up, there's more tea to spill. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, they just made a major legal play. They want this whole lawsuit tossed. But the real question is why, darlings? Gather round, because the Hollywood drama we're about to dive into is absolutely delicious. You won't believe the latest bombshell that's rocking Tinseltown to its core. Our golden couple, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, have just dropped the mother of all plot twists in their ongoing legal saga. And honey, it's juicier than a peach in August. Let me paint you this picture. Imagine being so confident in your position that you march right into court and demand the whole case be thrown out. The audacity. But here's where it gets really interesting, sweethearts. Behind those perfect smiles and designer outfits, there's a web of intrigue that would make a spider jealous. You know who's not staying quiet about this? None other than Megyn Kelly herself. She's out here spilling more tea than a Boston Harbor party, exposing what she claims are some serious holes in Blake's story. And trust me, these aren't just little inconsistencies. We're talking Grand Canyon-sized contradictions that have everyone's eyebrows reaching for the heavens. But hold on to your seats, because this roller coaster is just getting started. In a twist that nobody saw coming, there's a mysterious billionaire named Steve Suisse who's quietly bankrolling Justin Baldwin's legal defense. Now, why would a billionaire get involved in this Hollywood squabble? That's the million-dollar question that's got everyone's tongues wagging.
She's made herself into Amber Heard. We all see it. This was a massive disaster for her to unleash this PR campaign against him, which, by the way, Brian Friedman told us she started. She was the one through her PR agent who was dropping negative stories about Justin, not the other way around.
So, get this, Blake and Ryan's lawyers just told the judge they want the whole thing tossed out. But hold up, Justin. Baldwin is not backing down without putting up a fight. Now, here's where it gets real messy. Megyn Kelly just dropped some major receipts that could flip this whole situation on its head. Turns out Blake's team might have been the ones out here spreading lies from the jump. There are leaked messages that show her publicist was low-key working overtime to plant bad press about Boney, and this was happening months before Blake even dropped the lawsuit. And check this, some of those stories made it all the way to the big-name newspapers. Was this whole thing a setup? Somebody needs to call out the fakery. But wait, we're not done. There's also talk that the New York Times straight up edited text messages to make Blake look like the innocent party in this mess. And if that's true, it's giving major Amber Heard and Johnny Depp drama. Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness. Grab your teacups, because this story just went from scandalous to downright explosive. Let me break this down for you, because what's happening behind the scenes is shadier than a forest at midnight. Blake and Ryan's legal team is trying to sweep this whole mess under the rug. But honey, Justin Baldwin isn't about to let that happen without throwing down the gauntlet. And speaking of throwing things down, Megyn Kelly just dropped enough receipts to fill a CVS. The tea she's spilling is scalding hot, darlings. Are you ready for this? Because it turns out Blake's publicity machine might have been working overtime to paint Justin in the worst possible light. And get this, they were doing it months before any lawsuit even existed. The audacity, the calculation, the pure Hollywood machination of it all. But wait, because this story has more layers than an onion, sweeties. These weren't just little whispers in dark corners. We're talking full-blown stories in some of the biggest newspapers in the game. And if you think that's shocking, hold on to your seats because there's talk that the New York Times, yes, the New York Times, might have done some creative editing with text messages to make our girl Blake look like butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. If you're getting flashbacks to the whole Amber Heard and Johnny Depp situation, trust me, you're not alone. The parallels are just too juicy to ignore, darlings. The way this whole thing is unfolding is giving us major deja vu.
They're saying she decided she wanted to take over and use the power of her fame and name and that of her husband, Ryan Reynolds, to bully Justin Baldoni into the fetal position.
Just when you thought this mess couldn't get any messier, a leaked voicemail from Justin Baldoni has people talking even more, according to Megyn Kelly. Justin sent Blake a 7-minute apology at 2 a.m. while they were still on set. And get this, the voicemail which Bond's team released wasn't just a simple apology. Oh no, honey, it sounded like he was nervous, like he was practically bowing down to Blake and Ryan Reynolds. But hold up, here's the real kicker. Why was he apologizing in the first place if he was the one being harassed? Why was he sending a late-night message practically begging for Blake's approval? Some folks are saying Ryan Reynolds had just confronted him that night and Baldoni was scrambling to make things right, but others they're saying this voicemail proves Baldoni was straight up scared of Blake and Ryan's Hollywood power. Oh my word. Just when you thought this Hollywood drama couldn't get any more intense, a bombshell voicemail drops that has everyone's jaws on the floor. Picture this, darlings. It's 2 a.m., the witching hour, and Justin Baldoni is leaving a 7-minute apology message that's got more trembles than a chihuahua in winter. But here's what's making everyone's head spin faster than a disco ball. Why on earth was Justin, supposedly the one being wronged, apologizing like he just committed a cardinal sin? The tea is piping hot on this one, sweeties. Some insiders are whispering that Ryan Reynolds had just given Justin the kind of confrontation that would make anyone's knees weak. But others, they're saying this voicemail is the smoking gun that proves just how much power Blake and Ryan wield in Tinseltown. And can we talk about Megyn Kelly's take on this? Because she did not hold back. She painted a picture of Justin as a man so terrified of losing his position in his own project that he was practically groveling. The word emasculated was thrown around like confetti at a New Year's party. And speaking of control, honey, let me tell you about what's been happening behind those perfectly polished Hollywood curtains. According to those juicy leaked messages and some very chatty insiders, Blake Lively wasn't just playing a role in this movie. She was trying to direct, produce, and rewrite the whole thing. We're talking script changes, scene rewrites, and calling shots like she owned the place, even though her name wasn't anywhere near the director's chair. Now, don't think for a second that Justin Baldoni was being difficult. According to what Megyn Kelly spilled, this man was bending over backwards like a Cirque du Soleil performer trying to make Blake happy. But apparently, nothing was good enough for our leading lady. But here's where it gets extra spicy. Blake wasn't working this power play solo. Word on the street is she was pulling strings faster than a master puppeteer, using Ryan Reynolds' heavyweight Hollywood influence and even calling in favors from Taylor Swift's camp to get the production team dancing to her tune. And if anyone dared to push back, honey, she allegedly threatened to walk faster than Naomi Campbell on a runway.
So this is just the latest salvo, and I will play you a 2-minute summary of the 7-minute groveling apology he sent her in this voicemail at 2 a.m.
Things started falling apart for Blake Lively when leaked messages totally exposed her lies. One of her biggest claims was that Justin Baldoni barged into her trailer while she was breastfeeding without permission, but when the text came out, sis was the one who invited him in. The messages showed her texting Baldoni, telling him she was breastfeeding in her trailer and that he could come through. So yeah, that whole story just crumbled, but hold on, it gets juicier. Blake also accused a producer of showing her inappropriate images on set, but insiders spilled the tea that the so-called explicit content was actually a still shot from a childbirth scene being used as a reference for the movie Major Twist, right? Oh, honey, grab your smelling salts because this tea is about to knock you right out. Just when you thought Blake's house of cards was standing tall, those leaked messages came through like a wrecking ball. Remember that whole dramatic story about Justin barging into her trailer during a private moment? Well, Sugar turns out she was the one rolling out the welcome mat. The texts don't lie, darling. She literally invited him in. And that's not all. Let's talk about those supposedly inappropriate images that had Blake clutching her pearls. Turns out they were about as scandalous as a medical textbook, just reference shots for a childbirth scene in the movie. The way this case is unraveling is giving us more drama than a soap opera marathon. But wait, my darlings, because this story serves more courses than a Michelin star restaurant. Those leaked messages? They're spilling more tea than the Boston Harbor. Every single claim Blake made is crumbling faster than a cookie in hot coffee. That comment about her weight? Honey, it was just Justin being concerned about a lifting scene because of his back injury. And darlings, let me tell you how this whole house of cards started tumbling down. With every new leak, Blake's story started falling apart faster than last season's designer knockoffs. The comparisons to the Amber Heard trial, they're not just whispers anymore. They're full-on shouts echoing through Hollywood's gilded corridors. Now, here's where things get really interesting, my loves. When the truth started breaking through like sunshine after a storm, Blake's legal team made a move so desperate it practically screamed damage control. They tried to slap a gag order on Baldoni and his team faster than you can say reputation management. But honey, here's the gag. And trust me, this is delicious. Baldoni wasn't even the first one to start running his mouth. Those leaked texts showed Blake's team had been working the media circuit like seasoned circus performers, planning stories and spinning narratives weeks before they even filed the lawsuit. They were out here playing chess while everyone else thought they were playing checkers. The desperation is practically dripping off this situation like mascara at a tearjerker movie. Blake's team is scrambling to keep a lid on things tighter than a jar of luxury face cream. But darling, you can't put this genie back in the bottle. The truth is spilling out faster than champagne at a Hollywood premiere. And now we're all watching this unfold like the most gripping reality show ever. Will the judge buy into this last-ditch effort to save face? Or is this just another failed attempt at damage control from a team that's running out of plays faster than a diva runs out of patience? One thing's crystal clear, sweethearts. We're about to witness the kind of reputation crash that'll have Hollywood talking for years to come. This isn't just any old scandal. This is the kind of career-defining moment that people will be referencing in their memoirs. And that's all the piping hot tea I've got for you today, my darlings. If you're living for this drama as much as I am, don't forget to smash that like button like it's your ex's photo. Drop your wildest thoughts in the comments. You know I live to hear what you're thinking. And for heaven's sake, hit that subscribe button if you want to stay in the loop for all the latest and juiciest Hollywood tea. Until next time, keep that popcorn popping and those eyes peeled, because in this town, you never know what bombshell's going to drop next. Thanks for watching, loves. Catch you on the next serving of scalding hot gossip. Scalding hot gossip.